Hey girl, how you doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. Welcome. I don't know if you can hear me or not. It is a struggle trying to get myself together. Mhm. I don't know if I can do it from my laptop or if I'm gonna have to do it from my phone. Okay, perfectly. You can hear me. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm waiting for my friend to get in. I don't even know how to add people to see. All right. Okay. All right. Let me start getting this stuff together. All right. I'm a mess. Like literally. And I do have that book that you was planning on reading too, because I started getting overwhelmed with the books that I wanted to read. And I never read this book. You read it before? I know you said you were reading a love song for Ricky Wilde or whatever. One second. This one, Kristen. But I'm like, I got so overwhelmed with all these books. I was like, I need to do like a readathon or some type of sprint to help me because I don't know how I got to this point of all these books. I know how. I keep buying them, but I don't know. So my plan is I want to read that book that you read. I want to read everything, but I want to read that book. Um I always say I want to read 7 Days in June in the month of June, but I think I'm just gonna have to read it whenever because I'm never gonna read it if I wait to June and I have a list of books that need to be read. But this is the book that I am gonna be reading. It is the An Ember in the Ash. I'm reading this one because it's our bonus book for the book club meeting that I'm in, and it's pretty thick, but the spacing of the words are like, see, like half the pages, it's not even like there's no pages, no words on that half of the page. So I figured I could start by reading this, but I'm trying to see how to add people in. I don't know how to add like I don't want to share a screen, but I want to add somebody in this chat, not chat, but in this video as like another person.
Oh man. So you're 58 pages into it, not feeling it at the moment though. But switch up to red, white, and royal blue. Okay, yeah. See, I was waiting to see what you thought about it too, because I was like, that would encourage me to pick it up and read it. And I was like, okay, well, she's reading it. I could just read it with her, and we can kind of do like a buddy read situation. But now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that book right now. And I'm gonna read it, but I just been like in a slump. Not in a slump, but just like reading slow and not wanting to finish reading what I'm in. I just finished this book, the We Ripped the World Apart book, and it just like I really, really loved her other book that she had, Hold My Girl. So I was like, let me go ahead. These are my questions too that I have. Like, I was like, let me go ahead and see if it's the same vibe as that. And just put me in like the worst mood all week. Like I just felt overwhelmed and slightly getting, that feeling when you're about to be depressed. Kind of felt like that. So that just kind of like shifted my whole reading for the rest of the month because my TBR list that I had this one next to read, and it was the Washington Black book to read too. But I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how I feel about that because in my mind I was wanting to read like Black History Month books for some reason, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna work for me. That's why I switched up and started reading this one, An Ember and the Ash. And I'm not really a fantasy reader, so my trick is I already sectioned it out like with tabs by page number. So this book it has, let's see, 446 pages in it. So I divided it by two, and it was like 223 pages. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna divide that, and I'm gonna read on to that. But I need to figure out how to add somebody into this. Okay, okay, yes, I know what you mean. The slump makes it difficult. Let's read anything else. Yeah, that's how I felt. Like I felt like I just was like I was about to DNF that book, but then I was like, I don't want to DNF it because I just DNF those other books. I'm like, this is just doing too much. It's not the books, it's me. So I went on and finished this one. And that one was the author, she's Canadian, and she nothing wrong with the book at all. It's just that it was kind of too dark. It puts you in the mind of 2020 with George Floyd and police brutality and all of that. So I'm like, the best character he gets murdered, and the mom and daughter they both are after the police, and then the dad he dies, and they tell you he died in the beginning, but they don't really tell you how he died until like the last page or so. So I'm like, it was just like a slow burn, how he died type situation. And I'm just like, not feeling it at all. Now, I'm liking this Ember and the Ash book so far. I'm only like 25 pages into it. And I didn't pick this one, but I was just like, I need to read this one because I'm going to have to get through this before March 15th. This book and also this one, because these are the two book club books that we picked. I didn't pick them, but one of the members picked. So I was like, okay, she picked it. I'm gonna just go ahead and start one of these to get me out of before I get into a slump type situation. But let me see. I don't know what I'm doing. It froze. Choose what to share in studio. The site will be sent to me. Okay. No, we're not gonna share screen. Let me see. But like I said, Ember and the Ashes is so far so good. This girl, she basically witnessed a lot going on with her family in the beginning, and her brother, he is a defiant or divergent or some type of rebel, and she is, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just starting it. So we're about to find out. But this is my first attempt of trying to be live and add the person to a screen and also add a timer and all of this extra stuff. I don't know. Let me see. Expand menu. But let's just get started. How do you put this time on? Here. But happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I had to work today, so didn't really get to do a lot. I brought a king cake to work and shared it with my friends. And then afterwards, me and Blake went out to eat to a Mexican restaurant, and it was very good. And now I'm here, ready to start my reading. So let's get into it. And I'm thinking I want to read from now until midnight, give it a break, and then I'll be back at 8 o'clock in the morning for sure to start back reading. And I'll have more of this figured out. My cousin was trying to teach me how to do it like all week, and he got me in so far with it. But as far as like adding somebody to this, I don't know how to do it. Let me see. I don't want to share. I want to share screen. Mm. But with that book that you're reading, Kirsten, this book is it just like starting off slow or something, or I don't know. You feel like it's starting off slow and the characters are just not hitting, or what is it? What is it so far? Like, what's the premise of it? Okay, I'm gonna just leave it because I know I'm gonna read it. So just tell me what you think so far within those 58 pages of it, and I'm gonna decide from there. But other than that, I'm about to just start reading my book, and y'all can read. Everybody can read too. I was trying to add another person to it, but now we're like 16 minutes in, and I want to read for at least like 30 minutes or so. 30, 15, 30 or 45 minutes of just reading while I figured this out. What was the last thing that you read, like before this book, like that you finished? Oh, Jane Austen. Jane Austen. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yeah. It's like lovey dovey. And I guess that's why I've been so like, I guess procrastinating to read it because I heard so many good things about that Tia Williams. I'm like, I don't want to be the one to say, mm, I ain't like it, and everybody else liked it. So I've been like putting it off, putting it off. But like you, that's like a classic. That Jane Austen book, Persuasion. Yeah, that's definitely a classic book. And the writing is just so, I don't know. But then like I try not to judge my last book by my next book, but like you, it's hard to switch it on and off whenever you like are in that mood of reading what you're reading and you go and you turn it off to something else and you're like, what the heck? Yeah, I want to like it. Like, I really do want to like both of these books. Really, I got three of her books. Is that one, this one, from the 7 Days in June, this book, and then I have her other book on the shelf that I was like, Stacey, you doing a lot. You buying all this lady's books. This one, and I haven't read any of them. Like a crazy maniac. Like you crazy. So I'm like, I want to read them, but I'm just scared that I'm just not gonna like them. But I feel like I will like them, if that makes any sense at all. But I'm just scared to pick it up and open it and start reading it. But anyways, I I made a priority list to get me to start reading these books, which is the Ember Ash. Project Hail Mary is one of the picks for book club, and then the I know I'm gonna like this one. My Husband's Wife. This is a thriller for one of the book club meetings, and then the last book club meeting, it's this one. So this is my March TBR that I'm trying to start because I was trying to. The reason why I've been putting these off because I was trying to read like for some reason I was trying to read all African American books for the month of February, which I don't think I'm doing that again, or not even African Americans because this lady she's from Canada and the black lady. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just overthinking it, and doing a lot trying to um, read a black book for some reason. But no, I'm just gonna read that Emperor and the Ash book and just go on about my business. And then Tia Williams, she's gonna get read. And then I pulled this one out too because I've been seeing this one all over the place. It is. If You Stay by Brittany Cherry. And I'm like, okay, you need to bring it in. Like, bring bring it in. But yeah, let's get reading. And we're at 21 minutes in, and I'll just go ahead and, if possible, I'm gonna have to ask Blake to come and add. How do you add people to your live? Because this is my first time ever being live on anything. I don't go live on Facebook, TikTok, nothing. And I just pulled out my laptop to see if it even worked. So I haven't started Project Hail Mary yet because that book is going to be our main book for the book club meeting March 15th. And I didn't want to forget what I read before going to the meeting. So that's why I've been like holding off on that, because that's the main book, this the bonus book. And I'm like, okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to do this on my phone because this is not working how I want it to work. So let's see, I'm gonna type it in. So we're gonna watch that in the movie theater too. I didn't pick it, but my friend Jazz, she picked that one as the main book. So I have to read that one before March 15th. But I didn't want to start reading it and forget everything that I read before the book club meeting by reading it too soon. So I've been trying to wait, which tomorrow is February 15th. And I said, okay, I'm going to start like at least a month before so I can like really get into Project Hail Mary. So that's why I was like, let me just go ahead and read the bonus one before that one and push it to closer to the date. But this one is reading pretty easy. Yeah. Let's see. How do you add people to a live on YouTube? Yeah, I know it's gonna be. It's a sci-fi book. That's all I know about it. And everybody that read, like that I know in a previous book club, they read it and they rated it like a 9 out of 10 in the book club app. So I was like, okay, the expectation is here. But you're gonna be mad at me when you see my video about the favorites. The favorites. Let me see this real quick. Go to editing. Okay, with the favorites, girl. So, okay, I don't even know what to say about that book. I do know what to say. It's just that okay, when I read it, I was like, okay, Oprah, she picked that book out for us to read as our bonus book. And I was like, what is going on? Because they kept on interviewing each person. And it took a while to get used to that. But it was that book was so messy, like messy, messy, to where it's so it just to me it took away from the sport. Like the Olympics, the Winter Olympics is on right now, and I know that that is a messy sport because all the drama and stuff that I remember watching or hearing about from the 90s. But reading about it just was like, if it wasn't, it was like so traumatic, like from the parents and them being orphaned, like the daddy dying, the brother on drugs, them going and chasing after the goal. And I'm just like, okay, if it was just one hurdle after the next hurdle, I was just so exhausted, like reading that book. Like, and it felt like they were like being petty, like the whole book. The Russian team and the coach, the mom that was the coach, she was being petty. The ones that was competing, the sister and brother, and he was gay. I was like, these people is just doing a lot. And then the book was thick. Like it wasn't like no small little book. This book was like a lot. It was a lot. And it just wore me down. I was just like, this book is just getting the best of me. This is just getting the best of me. And I don't know. I was like, and I asked my friend, like one of my friends was reading it with me, Courtney, and I don't even think she finished the book. She was like, "Girl, what is this?" And she was just like, "Mm, mm, That book was too messy. Like I like mess, and I like seeing other people's mess. I don't want to be involved. Now, I felt like I was the one like being the adult in the book, and I'm like, okay, why am I being the adult to these skaters? And I'm just like, and I wanted to know what was gonna happen. And what pissed me off the most was that she like went and had like this barn ice skating ring that she went off into the sunset to build her private, like she cut herself off the grid or whatever. And then we know like every 4 years the Olympics come up. The whole book, the whole thing, I just wanted somebody, I wanted her to win the gold medal. And I was just like, after all of this drama you didn't put us through and y'all ain't even win, like I wanted them to win at least. This one got pregnant, so she took that one spot. You know what it reminded me of that book, not book, but that movie, Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball, whenever the girl, she ended up getting a scholarship to go to basketball, like to college. And when she got into it with other basketball players, they were like, "You're only here because so and so got pregnant." And that's what I felt about that girl. She was only there because so and so got pregnant. And then that boy, he didn't care about winning the Olympics. He just wanted to like piss her off most of. He was just like in love with her, in love with her. She was in love with the gold, and she still never got it. So I was just like, mm, that book was messy, too messy, but like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then I think whenever I was like asking my other friends in the group, did they read it or did they start it? And Olin was like, no, I ain't read it. I ain't started. And I was the only one reading it. And I was just like, I don't want to spoil it for them. I wanted them to read it too. Mm, child, I want my money back. Even though I didn't buy it, that book was gifted to me. Someone gave it to me as a gift. So I had to read it. It wasn't like I could just go on without reading it. Yeah. Okay. How do I add? Okay, let me see. Go live together feature. Ah, I read all of this, but that right here would have been. Yeah, she should have got the gold. And I was just like, I know you lying. I didn't sit up here and read all of this, and this lady, and then I didn't like how the guy, if he was so in love with her, and he was like, "Oh, me and the other girl, the other skater, the sister of that other brother, me and her, we're just friends, but what kind of friends?" And then for her to wind up pregnant, I'm like, "Oh Lord, the ghetto." Uh-uh. And then she just cool with it. It's just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She was just cool with them. So they're friends. Sometimes we just sleep in the bed together. And then they got a house and all this extra. And I'm like, girl, what? No, 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 no. So I just was like, all this. And then the reporter, the guy, and I get back in those days, like in the 90s, it was like all about the Wendy Williams and the reporters, like the tabloids, and Britney Spears was in the news and all of this type of stuff. Like, and I was just like, they so messy. Like everybody in that book was messy. And they didn't, I don't know. Mm-mm. Go live together on tap create. See if I can do this with my friend. I'm trying to see how can I create live. Child, I don't know how to do it. But let's just start reading these books. And we could check in a minute. I'm gonna mute this phone to see. Hey Raquel, how you doing? I made it. We've been reading for about like 30 minutes and my time is like 9:06. So probably gonna talk for like 10 minutes or so and get back with it and just ask everybody some questions to see, do y'all like reading with music? What type of music, if so? And normally I don't read with music, I just read in silence. So that's why I just muted the whole thing. I am reading An Ember in the Ash. This is our bonus book for the book club meeting. An Ember in the Ash is about this girl. She is, her name is Lila, and I don't know how to put it because like when you read fantasy, they go into different, like it's like they build the world, then you got to figure out who is who and who are the enemies in that type of situation. So I'm just getting started with this today because I just finished that one book, We Rip the World Apart. This one, and We Rip the World Apart. It had like a lot of police brutality in it, and it was kind of dark. So I just wanted something that's just out of this world to read about because that was so dark for me. And I almost DNF'd it because it was putting me in a bad mood. So that's why I went towards the fantasy book. And I was telling my other friend, I marked off, it's like 400 pages, but I divided the book up with tabs to break it up. I don't know if y'all do that or not, by page number to see how much I'm gonna read within the time frame. But what are you reading, Raquel? I see Oprah, you reading the dinner list. But put in the chat. And I'm probably gonna mute this in about 7 minutes or so and then start back reading again. Let's see. But I'm only like 30 pages in. In my normal pace for reading, I read like 40 pages an hour. I'm a slow reader.